How'd that go?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I mean, crippling fear.
Progresses. Both teams need to win it. Moment after this message from our sponsors. Here we are. Lan and Pablo actually running into each other already, and Night Stalker should win this one with the 5 armor that he has to offer.
Yeah, 5 armor, 63 base damage, and 3 base HP regen. It's not a hero that you want to trade with.
Yeah. So do you expect anything crazy for these lanes? Not really, right? Bambo in the offlane.
As far as that goes, I'm not sure it's that advantageous of them to be able to pressure Bambo's jungle, because you walk in on a bunch of Eidolons that Enigma stuns you with his Malefice. You're taking a lot of damage really quickly. It surprises most people. And Enigma's not really having to tank the creeps as a lot of other heroes who go to farm those jungle camps are on their offlaners, so he's not in as much danger as you would think in first impression. But Earth Spirit already at the mid lane, and of course we see Milan helping Mirana again. But Roll comes out.
It's kind of standard almost at this point. Milan just taking the slightly worse end of this particular trade, but Keza so very much happy with the way things are working out so far. So is Gada. I mean, they made this aggressive movement. It was enough to chase him away from the own boundary runes. So Gada picked up not 1 but 2 early game boundary runes, giving him a head start as well. And we all know how well an anti-mage can do if the game is right for it. Like, if it doesn't get pressured too hard, it gets a decent time battle fury and the next of his items. That's something that HellRaisers will have to account for one way or the other. Yep.
I think Legion Commander over here, comparing this to the first game, I think Legion Commander's lane is a little bit easier. She's not a bunch in a bad spot as a lot of other heroes would be against Wraith King and Ancient Apparition, just because you can dispel both the Wraith Fire Blast tick damage and slow, and the Cold Feet debuff from yourself using Press the Attack. So it puts her, she's able to get a lot closer to the creep wave, do a lot more than she would be able to in the first game, so...
It's still Knight. Milan runs into a haste rune. Koikwa. He's actually in a lot of trouble here. Should be able to make it to the tower though, Milan. Level 1 doesn't choose to throw out the void. Yeah. Still have to press the attack under the tower. Would have possibly not worked out as well as they wanted.
Once that last chilling touch hit the Legion Commander down at bottom, or Legion Commander under the tower. Legion Commander just walk away, and then once the haste rune wears off, Legion Commander is much faster than the Night Stalker during the day.
We spotted Alpha Papa now. He's spending some time up top waiting for a roll in onto mid, but then instead he's rolling on Milan, going for the body blocks, or trying to anyway. Looking insane only now coming in, and they will not be able to get this kill more than likely. Extra slow though from Insane as he flies across. They're really committing hard for this and no further rotations.
It's not worth
Sexy
it.
Bambo's there, but he's out of mana. That's Ice Shot not connecting though. And so they can't really continue.
If Winter Wyvern's just a little bit closer to get that slow off, when the Necrophos was there, that kill would have happened, but
Yep.
not quite, you know.
Well,
Alright, I like it. I like it a lot.
it's quite hard to actually deal with it, yeah, especially if you try. You have to juggle them up the high ground, so you're going to take a bit of damage, but looks like Quakebear's going to take it all the way back to the tier 2. Oh, look, yeah. Look at this. Oh, look at this. This is amazing.
Very good play by him. It was worth taking the damage to follow him back there. And gets to a little bit of free farm and tons of experience to get a quick level 6.
Yeah. It's kind of hard because the tier 2 hits so much harder than even the tier 1, so it's really hard to actually get last hits. We got like 3 or 4 of there out of there. It's really good. Yeah, just getting tons of that as you said.
All right. A little bit boring right now. Not really much happening. A lot of heroes moving around the map, but it's nighttime right now. First night comes out. Milan wants a kill, and he has the Ancient Apparition to help him out. So this Necrophos might just die here.
Right, it was TP to the bottom lane already, so no one can really respond to this Nika. A bit of a heal, but before the Ghost Shroud even, but Cold Feet proccing with all the body blocks. That'll be the first blood actually. And as DFB said earlier, it's gonna be quiet until the 4th minute. And as soon as it hits, as soon as nighttime comes in, yeah. Night Stalker making an appearance, yeah. Couple of slows, Quakebear. Charge, Pablo also coming in, and 33 is in a lot of trouble. Should be able to finish him off, despite him being quite tanky at this point.
I don't know, maybe he
1,000
uses
health
salve,
points to
man,
work
just to
with.
get away.
He's healing up. There we go.
Right,
That would have
important
been
kill
quite the juke if he managed to pull that off, but ultimately a good kill for Quakebear. Getting off to a good start.
Lon looks like he's waiting at the shrine for somebody who wants to heal, but a little bit hopeful. It's not the hero you want to try and catch out, and she's a little bit too much HP. So runs off before his friends come. And back at top lane, we haven't really paid much attention to that. Last hits on Anti-Mage, he's got only 28 right now, which is not ideal. When you're playing an Anti-Mage, you want to get as much farm as you can in the early game. He needs his Battle Fury as quick as possible, and then takes advantage of it as quick as possible, farming creep camps like very quickly to gain that early advantage. Like,
That's where these denies really stack up. There hasn't been a lot of pressure on 60 Bambo to prevent him from that, so...
Yeah, and these Eidolons just do so much damage to Garter as well, and like he's able to use them to get denies off, like stop Anti-Mage from denying, but Winter Wyvern and Earthspear need to roam around the map to keep the other lanes pressured, or else those lanes just lose.
Yeah. Should put him on top if he gets that last hit, and he does. 193. Yeah.
I mean, compared to like all the other heroes on the map, yes, but just because of like the type of hero that Anti-Mage is and what he does, being able to get all the last hits in lane as quickly as possible is way more important than it is on a lot of other heroes than it is on Anti-Mage.
Middle lane. Black Hole is available here. They're looking for Miko. Wraparound as well from Milan. There should be a that tank close. Especially with the big ultimate committed.
Alright, no messing around there.
No. I like Enigmas who do this with the early Black Holes, where it's not really too much of a point of holding onto it for the threat. Just put it on cooldown, use it for a good kill, and then just do it again when it comes back.
And anything that gets you ahead and advantage when you can use it, you might as well, because you're not moving with your team as much. Like all the heroes are really spread out around the map. Using it as soon as you hit level 6 is really important.
Yep.
Because you're little. It's probably only going to kill one hero with it anyway, so why not use it as soon as you get it?
Yep. Well, outside of these couple of kills here and there, the farm will still go on. Anti-Mage now took the real top slot, even ahead of Miko, of course. His death had a part of that, so can't really celebrate it too much. Meanwhile, from bottom lane, Koi finished up as level 6. They can't really find an even dual win on the Wraith King using a full health like this, but it's something that's worth looking out for once he's decided to start working around paths. But now they're gonna try anyway. 33 gets stuns up Pablo. Couple right clicks. There's a stone to follow him up, and there's the extra slows. Maybe now they can start. But J4 and Keza, plenty of time to come in. Now 33 is super low. He does not have his ultimate available. Too little mana to work with. Just 4 mana off. Oh my god, that was a mistake. And now the dual win on top of the site. It's Mika Exhortation. This is turning out to be extremely costly for HellRaisers. Pablo, wow, he does get frozen, but he's even able to survive himself. Has himself to pop. Crazy, yeah. Calculated for Pablo, not so much for Wraith King, who was literally 4 mana off when he died. And even stick charge and everything to work with. That must have hurt. Yeah.
Anyway, if Wraith King used that stick there, he would have just used the stick and then died anyway, just because of how the HP and mana scale works versus how much is being drained by mana burn. So I'm pretty sure he did the math for that one real quick and decided not to use the stick.
Yeah. They're definitely sticking around. Mika comes in, the roll comes through. Pablo, no dust. Some Moon Shadow will actually protect him for a little bit. They're gonna go straight in for Nekros, who was brought up trying to heal himself, but silence up means he can't amplify it with a ghost shot. Another stun. J4 dies to Gada as he jumps in. Pablo, next on the list, last couple of right clicks will finish him off. Now Milan running away and saying us slight slows, but it is nighttime. Courtesy of his ultimate, the silence on Legion Commander can't get the door off. Can stay in range? He's trying. But there's no keeping up with a Night Stalker with face boots at nighttime, even with the 1 point up into it. Yeah, crucial kills. Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Anyway, after all this though, Anti-Mage manages to go back top and start farming again, but again, he's not in as good a position as you would like to be in on an Anti-Mage right now. He's still missing a Broadsword and a Void Stone. He's doing pretty good for somebody who's decided to participate in the fight, though.
Kaiser. They initiate with the Reaper Scythe, so they don't get the extra kill with it. But at this point, it's only like, what, 15 seconds extra? 10 seconds even only, so it's not the biggest of deals. Having a kill is much more valuable.
Yeah, exactly.
It is proper nighttime right now, so this Night Stalker is a big threat again.
It's his time right now. Legion Commander finding an Invis rune though, it's see what they can find with this, or
Damn.
see if they have enough damage though.
J4 is a very juicy target. That is the blink in, follow up control, they win the duel. Another +10 for him. And Milan wrapping around, but he's in no man's land right now. Gotta be a bit careful about who he engages on, if anyone.
Right now, I guess they just play it safe. If the enemies don't want to rush into them, they just let them not rush into them. Anti-mage is farming while nothing's happening, and they're completely okay with that. Meantime, though, Enigma's starting to get closer to his Blink Dagger. He decided to go Midas this game, so I'm sure they have a plan for what happens if this goes late.
No.
Oh no, me either, but looks like they've... what I just meant to say is they don't want to end this early, it looks like, if he's going the Midas. They have some sort of strategy they want to follow, and they have a plan to deal with the anti-mage at the end. That's a little bit hopeful. We'll see.
He's going Midas himself. Now they're gonna go with the slow. The stun comes through. Follow from Pablo.
We'll see a black
and
hole
the
here,
shadow. Again, no dust. They do have a sentry though from the Winter Wyvern. Sexy Bambo comes in with the Malefice, isolating him from the rest of his team. They might even be able to find Insania here, especially with stun connecting. It does have the ultimate to throw out, plus his Cold Embrace. Ancient Apparition, well, Cold Embrace didn't help him out. There's the ultimate on Sexy Bambo, but isolated from the rest of the team. The arrow will still finish up the Wyvern. Not much happening here, but yeah, in mid lane, that was a 1-for-1 trade, but it looks like Necrophos up against AA. Quagpa being part of that with a dual win. And Milan coming back into the fray.
Yeah, alright, and I'm sure AA is going to be building a Midas next.
Yep.
As that is the default on that hero.
I'm not sure if he's going to get enough money for even that.
Legion Commander's doing a lot better this game than he was in game 1 as far as like what he can do on his own. He's got 3 times the amount of duel wins that he did at this stage in the game last game, and I think it's a lot easier for him to find pickoffs on Ancient Apparition, and Moran is a very good target for jumping on and dueling if you get an early Blade Mail. You can just kill him by yourself.
Well, they thought they're gonna go on Mika, but it was a bait, and the rest of his team is still there. HellRaisers though quick on the retreat. Can I find anybody here? 3-3 on the high ground. Don't want to throw out the scythe for it. Now Milan coming in from the back here, a bit of heals, and now there it is, the ultimate. A couple of right clicks through, and he does have enough mana now. V will come right the hell back and slowing everybody down. The duel is back now onto an Enigma with the Earthsplit ultimate going as well. They don't quite win it, but they do a lot of damage in return. 2-for-1 trade so far, 33 now. Next on the list, trying to bring it down as TPs, but they have nothing left to cancel it. So we'll stay where it is. Yeah. That division from the Sword here, I was checking the vision on a little bit earlier. Mika was the only one showing from Tuho. And HellRaisers, well, don't know exactly where they were at up here. Maybe not now, there's a sentry a little bit further back. I'll keep them safe. Quite actually coming back in. Low health and mana though, but it does have the Arcane Rune. Perhaps throw out some heals on himself.
One thing I would like to point out that I was going to mention earlier, but had forgotten about after that huge team fight where Radiant did not do so, or Dire didn't do so well in the mid lane. Pablo twice now has tried to kick his enemy to safety, and he just wasn't able to do it because of how a rock was placed on top.
That's a good pickup if they can get it here, but the Sexy Bambo, the Blink ulti will prevent Kaiser from dying, but now the Winter's Curse bringing down Enigma very well though. The last right click will secure that kill instead. Kaiser still alive and no casualties on the side of Tuho. It looked like it could have been much worse if HellRaisers had more support there. Great reaction there from Insania.
And then meanwhile, all this happening, Anti-Mage is farming, having the time of his life.
Now the stun onto creep here. Kuiper just goes in. The arrow onto the Earth Spirit. Kuiper almost loses the duel. They definitely lose 2 heroes. Very costly kill. But Wraith King, of course, with that ultimate on cooldown, very juicy target. He's not going to come back this particular team fight. But got a question if it was worth it, since they're also going to lose Insania here. I guess, as you said, once again, space created Garter. He's working his way up to the Manta style. Oh, no, never mind. Look at this. Oh, no, he does have the... that's an energy boost from Insania. It confused me a little bit. And he has a Light of Valkyrie. He has the recipe.
Yeah.
Almost has the Ashram done.
Not quite to the degree that things were happening for Thompson on his Arc Warden game yesterday. That guy just... he had everything he wanted. Anti-Mage having to participate in a couple fights and landing stage not quite as easy as Thompson had on his Arc Warden, but being able to take these fights without the Anti-Mage and come out decently, it's not a good sign for HellRaisers. But they did manage to get that kill on the Winter Wyvern at the end. I think that one made it a lot more worth it than it otherwise would have been, because the amount that Anti-Mage farms in each team fight, even if they lose one hero for nothing. Thoughts, Foxy? Alright,
well, I have thoughts about this situation up top. 5 heroes in the general area for HellRaisers. 3 for Tuho, so they'll play it a little bit more safe. Especially since the scan actually caught this rotation. Nighttime, of course, also gives it away if you pop your ultimate like this. Milan hunting for somebody. Unable to do so. At least he gets the ward down. Look at how scared Tuho's playing right now.
Yeah, I mean, this sort of have to be. They know the enemy's all up around there, but at the same time, they have been off the map for a little while. Garter himself is a little bit terrified right now. For him to die and be picked off by himself puts him at a huge disadvantage because he's not farming or pressuring the lanes.
As soon as he saw Sexy Bambo show up top there.
Yeah, he's back at it again.
Yeah. Going insane, yeah, Kuiper's there, there's counterplay. Don't want to run into Winter's Curse at this stage in the game if you can avoid it. So yeah, actually avoid continuing there in Garter. Once again, as you guys said, he was the benefactor of this kind of movement.
So pretty much playing into the hands of Tuho right now. HellRaisers needs to come up with a solution pretty quickly. I mean, Midas is kind of a solution, but they need a better one than that, you know? Mass Midas will only take you so far.
That's good work, Garter on the low ground, links up. Sees Milan.
It's a dead
no trouble, they pop the ultimate. The black hole, finding Garter. Pablo coming in with the rolls. Still no dust on him, it's a bit odd that he wouldn't carry those up against the Moonlight Shadow. Sexy Bambo on the other side will reveal himself with a Malefice, so... looking to continue this fight. The rest of HellRaisers is still taking one. Sexy Bambo with an interesting blink. Insane on the side that will be finally found before I can get any more spells off.
What is happening?
A secondary casualty. Yeah, that was a bit odd. I do agree. Oh, Mika, he's in trouble. Milan wrapping around. It does have some spells to work. No silence being thrown. Of course, with Quark, were they able to spell it immediately? A waste of mana, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. T2 will get away with the black eye. Got it slowed down a little bit. Okay, so he's the only one who, of HR's course, who doesn't have a Midas. Funnily enough, he's the highest farming hero on their side, keeping up with the Anti-Mage, and that's it's not easy to do on a Murano with no eggs.
Yeah, I mean, impressive so far. Picking up the Manta style was a little bit weird, but I guess he really doesn't want to be caught out by the Earth Spirit to silence, to stop him from leaping away. So getting that is pretty decent. It's sort of what I talked about with the quick fingers. Pablo obviously has them. Being able to roll in and silence them from out of fog by doing it very quickly is important. If they kill this anti-mage again, that is huge.
He needs another blink off. Ooh. Lan. He flew across something else a little bit earlier, so we're still on cooldown, else God, I would have died for sure.
This guard needs to be just a little bit more careful. First death, pretty big impact, but dying again right there after that can have a huge impact on their ability to win this game. So I'm sure he's going to learn his lesson after being almost killed like that, but we'll see. Looks like they're really figuring out how he's moving and realizing that if they catch him out like that, they are going to win this game.
Yeah. They've constantly been using the one big spell, the one surefire lockdown against the Anti-Mage in the form of the Black Hole. They've been using it exclusively against Guardian this last couple times. And now, down here to find the duel, onto the Wraith King. Doesn't have enough mana for reincarnation. Won't even win the duel, they need to commit a little bit more. Now the turnaround's onto Legion Commander. He's still alive, finally falls. One for not really another one. Trey Kaiser caught with the ultimate just to try and give them some more time to TP out, but Necrophos couldn't quite finish it. It was questionable. Tuho feeling the pressure right now, maybe.
I mean, they see that they're trying to hunt the anti-mage. I'm sure Guider is not a fan of that. Probably some communication with the team as far as like forcing the enemies to deal with the team rather than try and find the anti-mage. But wasn't taken in the most ideal way. I don't think that is what they had in mind, or what Guider had in mind. Probably made that request himself.
Yeah, that's not the mental style now in Senya though. Yeah. It's a very bad situation if you keep getting picked off one by one all across the map. Right. What can they do now? Like, is this a vision issue? Because if you look at the map now, Radiant has quite a few deep wards in, and I guess so does Tuho, but with the nighttime being used like it is, can't even rely on that to spot out these threats coming in. Well, he's gonna show himself. God is there to follow up with a bit of mana burn, but the leap away will be there. And the Ice Blast at least. Not gonna miss. And now the duel, but everyone else showing himself. The Black Hole cancelled. Quaikba dies still after winning the duel, I believe. It's finally another win. Meanwhile, Mika, he's getting caught out. That's ultimate onto an illusion, I believe. So Pablo gets him magnetized off. That's doing quite a bit of work. And Anti-Mage, well, as much as he can, still gonna lose most of their heroes without getting 2 kills. Yeah.
Initiation.
2.7k damage done by the Miranda, and it's like only 2k by Wraith King. So.
Yeah, initiation from the Spirit there was a little bit weird. He didn't quite manage to have things go the way he wanted. He wasn't able to get his stun off, and so I think that affected like the overall outcome of the fight. Gave the enemies more time to respond, come back in, because he couldn't take out one hero fast enough. So again, not ideal for Tuho though.
Just through, yeah, the TP coming out of his backpack. Unfortunate.
Not leaving yet though.
I wonder if he wants to leap back in.
What happens here? I'm interested.
Me too. I'm just looking at this guy to make a decision. I mean, it's
No, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen. Hey, never mind.
he TP's out. He presses the button. Wow!
Wow.
Wow!
All right, enough memes.
There's never enough memes.
All right, Enigma almost has Black Hole off of cooldown. Just to go for the cooldown reduction, smart choice. As many times having that Black Hole off of cooldown to use on the anti-mage again is super important. Them being in the same position as anti-mage right now is a little bit questionable though, but at least anti-mage is in immediate radius of Radiant team. I don't really think they should be trying to take a fight here, but I think HellRaisers is going to try and push their high ground.
Certainly gonna get this tier 2.
Is Radiance, they have Black Hole.
Top lane is very low as well from the earlier pushes from Skibambo. Moonlight Shadow comes out. Try and set up for this. Anyone showing could just be snagged up. Daniel right now in middle lane. Gonna beeline for him, back up to the high ground. Protecting him for now. But hey, bottom lane, they're finally figuring it out, forcing out these TPs back. Dota dodges that one. Milan now with a silence, so he can't actually blink out. Pablo needs to do some work here to try and keep him away, but looks like, yeah, they don't quite have enough damage to actually capitalize on the silence just yet. Anyway, Sexy Bamboo does have another black hole. TP out and blink away. Another blink dagger for Enigma in a second. Don't think they'll be able to catch up without it now.
They're gonna run like hell. They know how important that killing anti-mage is.
Yeah.
Regardless of the unlikeliness that they're gonna catch him, they still really much want to.
Just hope for God's sake that he doesn't stop to farm here, and yeah, he doesn't. He's just working his way back towards the rest of his team.
Garter going for a pretty ballsy choice of Butterfly. I think he knows once he gets locked down he's dead, so we just have to push out the waves as quickly as possible and be able to take a fight against the Mirana.
Yep. Not yet.
I went over that. I went over that real quick when they were pushing the tier 2 mid. I thought they were going to go ahead and take high ground off of that just because they had so many things. They had so many new tools to fight the enemy team. They had Black Hole off cooldown, but anti-mage split pushing turned them off that. And they actually managed to take most of the HP away from the bottom tier 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to just protect Kaiser and maybe make something else happen off of that. They're walking their way down mid again, but
this could be very.
They're reading it.
This could be very, very bad if they manage to catch any of these heroes out so close to their base. Anti-mage split pushing suddenly is going to mean nothing if his heroes die. Like,
Bobby's status looks pretty good though. Everyone but the anti-mage has buyback on the side of the Dire, so they should be able to protect their base here, and they need to. This tower will go down, and it's super low. Lift forced out immediately. The backdoor region is being taken care of, but creeps in mid, I believe, so it's not something that they can rely on. And 33 in fact is going for it, trying to bait out some spells, but once again, Garda is down bottom. This pressure, keeping this lane pushed out, just forcing them back already. They're buying themselves a time.
Pretty good decision by Goddard to get back there once he didn't see the Enigma. Enigma doesn't even, like, any kill on this anti-mage is so big right now. So, like, sending your Enigma away from a potential bad team fight just to kill the anti-mage is worth it, even if you lose, like, several allies.
Pablo got the roll off, only a short one, but it's enough. Barely keeping him alive there. What? pulling his way out of it.
Wow. They have to buy a ticket for this tournament. It's not that people don't do that. Anyways, it's just a lot more worth it to.
So, if this game goes on like this for another 10 minutes, with like not much happening, where will we be?
Probably. I don't know, like, how long this goes with Garter being able to dodge these enemies who want to kill him so badly. I'm not sure it lasts 10 minutes without him dying. If it does, great, but there's a lot of pressure on him, and they have only having to black hole one hero makes the game pretty easy. This
When the Cheddar comes up as well, they have to abort this. Insane is also gonna lose his life here, especially with. Oh, he actually dodges the arrow, but it's still plenty of damage through Bambo now with a BKB. Catches two actually, Quake on the side to try to go for the duel to prevent this. But Mika, well, he'll die to despite his own BKB. Quake dropping all. Garter coming in though, trying to find a target, gets one, but now he has to blink himself out of there. Should be alright, unless they can chase here, the arrow will be dodged. Another blink available in a second. Same for Quakebar. Limiting their casualties here, and actually Pablo gets the kill onto Milan in the end, just with the damage over time, and even gets out. 2-for-2 trade, and this kind of a situation, it is a big win for Tuho. Unless they lose Aegis here. Roshan down at half health already. 33, still very strong. Large inner charge, same for Kaiser.
They really want to try and take this fight though, without the Necrophos.
Coming in, still his own ultimate, going straight for 33, bringing him down, dropping so below himself. Kaiser trying to go for the kill, but another blink, the heals are coming through. Koikva wins the duel. Pablo, well, he might give up his own life, but Kaiser's still sticking around for quite a while. Garter coming back in, committing for this kill, and fighting with the Abyssal, but with the bash. Not even the Abyssal, he gets the bash at the right time. And as a result, he wins this man fight. They're gonna get the Aegis. Tuho with the big plays, getting them right back into this game. It was about a 5k goal swing in their favor. The
Holy
fight recap not even showing everything. And this game just got real.
My god, that was one ballsy play. That anti-mage died there, that was game over for them. But getting that is so huge. That was a very high risk, high reward play.
Garter, truly number one, hopping back to game number one.
No fear.
They got that score on the Juggernaut. Showing us how in the face anti-mage can actually be if you're willing to push him to the limits.
Yeah, I mean, with that, they're in a much better position. Aegis on the anti-mage, his Abyssal's done. Once he saves up for a buyback, like, they might even be able to fight into the enemy team now. It was so big.
Also, look at Koifa. Look at this item. Yeah.
It's not bad.
What do you think that is?
I mean, what does it let you? It gives you a free match community, and no one can touch you in the fight, in the duel. No one can touch the other team. It's a little strange. Like I'm trying to figure out like where he's thinking this is going. Maybe he's thinking, okay, he can duel the Mirana and then he can't get stunned or anything. That's fine. As it does seem that Kaiser might be getting hunted here, but he's gonna get out. That's fine. But yeah, so maybe that's his plan. Like he can either duel the Enigma, but the Enigma does have Lincolns now, and Mirana also has Lincoln. So it's a difficult game for Koifa, I feel.
Yeah.
You
I think the idea might be to just
in and out of your stash.
Yeah. I don't know.
Kaiser will be creep cutting this wave here.
His duel is going to drop the black hole quite a bit. So maybe he's just like, alright, get the duel so I can have this control uninterrupted without having a threat of even giving up dual damage to the other team.
Yeah, I mean, he'll die very fast to like Mirana or Wraith King trying to stun him out, and then just melee him down when he tries to duel somebody on the back line. So maybe the Aghanim just guarantees you take down the AU, you take down the Night Stalker. Like, being able to take one hero out of a fight with that Aghanims might be worth it, but I'm not sure. I'd have to put more thought into that. Leading Commander Eggs is a very weird item.
Oh, you might find out. God has the Aegis. Healed up now. Black Hole's still available. You have to keep an eye on that. Cannot bunge up too much, even with that second life on AM. I'm just poking. They're just testing the waters, forcing HellRaisers to set up in their own base. Textbook Dota, just farming up the map, getting back into the groove. They're still slightly behind, but yeah, that 10k gold lead that I had, all but evaporated on the side of HR.
Yeah, that Roshan fight was so huge. So huge. Really impressive as well. I didn't think that
this is Trump vocabulary now.
Yeah.
Huge, great fight. They have the best fights.
Tuho had the best fight. I've seen their fights. You can ask anybody about their fights. Go ahead, call my friend Susie. She'll tell you about their fights.
Meanwhile, Khazar dropping in the Moonlight Shadow, but it seems just to get away. It's not going to be used to initiate a fight.
He's doing the thing, like he's split pushing, he's skipping creep base.
Yeah, I feel this is one of the reasons why he got the Manta, is that it'll help against the split push in some ways. So it'll allow his team to keep waves pushed out and pressure towers while also being able to respond to the anti-mage.
If they kill this Wraith King here, that's pretty big, but
for the interception here. Oh, he clicks right on top of him! The Abyssal Blade, the mana burn is real. He will fall, even turn off the Radiance in an attempt to stay hidden, but
Mirana,
kill again. He doesn't buyback available
though.
Yeah.
At the same time, maybe force one of the heroes back, but we'll see. Back. Mirana having a double damage though.
He can do significant damage to the tower right now.
Yeah, he's just chunking away at it. My god.
The way you hate Dota in the backdoor region, taking forever to kick back in.
How long does it take, or are you allowed to just sit
about 15 seconds?
15
no,
seconds,
I've played games where I just TP in Nature's Prophet.
Okay, that is gotta. It's getting Black Hole comes out. The Aegis just expired here, so if he dies, this could be big. And now being controlled up. Pablo doing a thing, but he's stunned. The heals from Insane are not enough. He takes out. They get the Winter's Curse. Night Stalker and a falling return. Buyback from Garda here. I want to turn this into more. It's actually better without the Black Hole. Not nearly threatening. So now he gets psyched down. Almost after, but he'll die after and make it. Double kill. BKB going. Marana dies. Quakeback setting up for that. Yeah. He's taking Rex. This is why we're forced to pull the trump card here with a buyback on Garda.
Yeah, he still had that DD going. He went back to hit that tower. So good play. Khazar.
Of course, more buybacks here to stun with the arrows and Necrophos. Pablo coming in again to try and help out his buddy. Taking so much damage inside this Midnight Pulse. Meanwhile, Guard in middle lane going on some more pressure on his tower there. Still have yet to take an objective in this base, and there it finally is. Now,
Garda picked up the Aghanim
situation. The Aghanim Scepter for Garda. It's going to return the cold feet. And that's a full set of mid-rex down. Mirana does have buyback, but Khazar doesn't want to use it. They're just letting Tuho ravage through the base here? Is this what's happening? Aren't they worried about that? It's finally coming out now. The stun in front onto Mika. They bring him down. The rest of Tuho now on the run. Sexy Bambo with a blink across. TP on the high ground will be cancelled. Insane, yeah. Next one will fall. Garda gets out. So does Quagba. So some of these cores. Can they hold the counter push now? Can they hold this counter aggression without having to spend buybacks?
Legion Commander needs to finish her Heaven's Halberd very, very quickly here and build a blade mail to deal with this Mirana. It's going to be a huge threat. Her TPing top to deal with the Mirana is practically useless. She just had to sort of sit there and watch her take the racks, which is a little bit of probably not fully thought through from this commander. Realizing the Mirana has the Lincoln Spear, not able to do anything and double damage on, just didn't stand a chance man fighting him. So very scary. Things are about to happen. I think they're going to be forced to get back a little bit though, because Winter Wyvern is now up, and being caught in that ultimate with that many heroes around is a very scary thing.
It looks like they just want to end the game now.
Oh, that would be... They were scaring me. Let's take a look at the buyback status. Only Necrophos has it. He'll have a second life, nobody else will. The tower, last for tier 3, will go down eventually to one more right click if it doesn't miss. There it is. Quota. Going forward. Just try and catch somebody in a retreat, but HellRaisers is very fast, very decisive on this. Finish up some of these shrines. We're looking towards the next Roshan, which will respawn in 2.5 minutes, so it's a very long time. Advantageous for Tuho at this point, I guess. Sometimes to re-establish map control.
Both teams are in a very dangerous position right now. Mirana and Anti-Mage not having buybacks are pretty significant. Black Hole is available now though, so I don't think either team wants to do anything so risky after that fight in the Roche, but I think that gave everybody a heart attack.
Yeah.
I'm as stressful just watching it. Stressed.
Yeah. It's definitely made this game very interesting and not as straightforward as it looked like before that, with HellRaisers being in control. They lost grips, and they lost a grip on this game, and they haven't fully regained it even with that last push. Even with the bottom racks losing the melees.
Yeah, I mean, there's a range X up on the side of Dire right now, so even so though, the fact that Anti-Mage needs to stay alive, needs to avoid this black hole, remains true. Probably for the next 4 minutes he's going to want to avoid taking a fight, so he has buyback, but by then Enigma's going to have a refresher. Even with Anti-Mage buying back, he's just going to be able to black hole him again. There's so many things, like this game is pretty much based around canceling black hole, like trying to black hole the Anti-Mage with your allies around, or trying to cancel that black hole or avoid the black hole from being cancelled.
Yep.
I think that's like the main objective from both teams right now.
Bottom has picked up an MKB, so Anti-Mage Butterfly will now be rendered null in terms of its evasion properties. But we're going to see a smoke coming for Tuho. See where they run in.
We'll run into 4. There's no sexy bambos, so this could be the boon that they need. He does have a TP, but of course if they run into HellRaisers out here, a whole lot of spots that you can TP too. Outside the Shrine Insania, he's trying to find somebody, but well, it is nighttime. HellRaisers have the vision advantage. Now the Ice Blast coming through. They will run into Milan here. Can they find the duel? Not quite in range, but forcing out the BKB, forcing out the Moonlight Shadow. Sentries galore, every which way, and sexy bambo.
This is about to be disastrous.
Making his way into
they need
this
to get
fight.
out of here.
Oh, Mika, get out.
Slow down. Is he fine? Is he not fine? Silence up. Are there more 4-stars?
Oh, 2-3 jumping in.
He's going straight in. Almost one-shots Insane, and the arrow flies through. Will not be dodged. He actually dies. The duel in the back. On top of the Mirage. The black hole. 3 heroes. This could be a disaster. The second black hole. Absolute disaster. Tuho will lose the whole lineup. Milan with the BM. 2 buybacks are available, but not on Garter for another 2 minutes. This could be the end of Tuho in WellPlay Invitational Season 9.
Wow, indeed, Garter.
I mean, both these Raxes are exposed.
Yeah, they're just gonna go straight for the tier 4. It's GG, it's done.
Oh my god, what an end to
yeah, that was pretty rough. As soon as Legion dropped her duel, I saw 3 heroes try to group up and hit the duel target. But the problem is that Legion has Aghanims, and whoever that gets dueled, they can't fight. There's no damage that can be done. Like, it's just Legion and the duel target one-on-one. So.
Coming to the end of a one-way street. Wish I could wake up, but it's not a dream. Staring at the wall right in front of me. Whoa-oh, whoa-oh. Need to get away, I can stay right here. Every day I'm wishing that you were near. I cannot pretend that I do not care. Whoa-oh. I keep asking why? You're still on my mind. It's been like a year since we're together. I should feel a feeling whole lot better. I keep asking why? I have really tried. All these sleepless nights I counted hours. Tried to move on but I lost my powers. I keep asking why. And now I'm asking why. Tell me, do I ever cross your mind? Maybe what we had is so hard to find. Wish I could go back, turn the hands of time. Whoa-oh. Need to get away, I can stay right here. Every day I'm wishing that you were near. I cannot pretend that I do not care.